but hopefully we'll get some more interest back in here. But for now, we have, as the graphic says, Freegame versus Aerodat, both returning from last season into
Why don't you
the new
also
format.
go over like what the icons are?
Yes. So, if you guys don't know, we're running a new format, which means there are less players, I think, but they'll be divided into two divisions. So the gold icon you see right there is representing Grandmasters, which is the highest division. So they will be playing amongst each other, and the loser will be knocked down into Masters. So there's some things on the line here. Obviously, you don't want to get knocked out of the whole thing, or maybe you do. But the cool thing about this format, I think, is that there's a chance for everyone to participate. Whereas, like last mid-level Masters, we had like a set number or pool of players that would play every week. But in this one, everybody has a chance to participate. You just have to place top 2 in the actual mid-level Masters.
That's correct.
I have a question.
What's up?
So, how come the Grandmaster's icon is Ragna's symbol, but the Master's icon is Jin? Are you saying Ragna's better than Jin?
Wow. Okay, you know what? How about this? Why don't we go over who's on the top 8 list, right? So obviously we have Freegame versus Aerodat today. We were also supposed to have Chaotic versus Eltonite today as well, but unfortunately Eltonite, there was a little bit of confusion regarding the schedule, so that is going to be on a different date.
Yes.
And then Skiva versus Darksphere tomorrow, I believe, right?
Tomorrow,
and Sate Zero versus Yatta as well will be tomorrow. But
no, actually, Yatta versus Sate Zero is going to be next weekend, which is also when Elton versus Chaotic is, because they were rescheduling.
Yes, there we go.
So,
but yeah, he's right. You think Ragna's better than Jin? How dare you?
If we go by Blaze Blue in-universe lore, then Ragna is definitely the protagonist. And plus, Jin's symbol fits with blue, so...
Yeah, I got you.
Maybe. Alright, you heard it here, folks. Kasha doesn't like Jin.
I mean, it's kind of true.
It's not true. I even picked up a little bit of Jin, so it's definitely not true. I definitely like Ragna better, to be honest, but... It's fine. Jin's cool. But yeah, since we're waiting for Aerodat to join, we have some new faces here. I believe everybody... No, that's not true. The new player in Grandmasters is Chaotic, who took the place of Cobalt Azure, I believe. So he is a my player. He did pretty well in some of our tournaments. You may have seen him around as the name Dark Shadow, I believe. And then Masters, we have new faces all around, I believe. So Skiva runs the Azure Arena tournament, which I believe is going on next week, which you can sign up for. Darksphere, a pretty active member of the Discord. And then Sate Zero and Yatta have expressed interest in it, so they will be joining us. And we have some new characters. I love seeing new characters.
When are we ever gonna see Jin?
There's
you can
no
see
Jin.
Everyone is Jin in Masters because they have the Master symbol, right?
Oh my god, you're right!
You're
I'm Jin,
right.
you're Jin. He, she, we Jin.
And I love the fact that even though we have replaced players, we still have 2 Ragnas. You never not have 2 Ragnas.
And we replaced Cobalt Azure, who was
with another... Wait, what are we... No, Aerodat's there. And then...
Yeah, Aerodat was here last season, but then we replaced Cobalt Azure with Skiva. So once again, we have 2 Ragnas.
It's true. But I do like seeing... Yeah, we have a new Jubei player as well.
That's true. We do have Darkseer replacing Mitsuyoshi.
But let's go ahead and talk about today's match. Freegame versus Aerodat. I believe they've played before in our past.
No, they had to have.
yeah.
Like, throughout
Did
this
they?
season, So.
I think so. Of course, I could be confusing it with Gold Azure, but.
Well, everyone's played against each other at least once.
No,
No,
they didn't
not necessarily.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there are a
Yeah.
few matchups we didn't do because if you wanted everyone to play each other at least once, we would have had to go on for like 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah. So
I don't actually think these two fought in the league itself. I do know Freegame fought Cold Azure though.
yeah.
Mhm.
I do know Freegame has been playing a lot of the new patch of Guilty Gear plus R, so he might be a little bit rusty. And I know Aerodat has been playing Final Fantasy 14, the retirement home of fighting game players all around. But yeah, as far as the matchup goes here, if we were to go on the past season, I would say I would give Aerodat a slight edge, but I do believe that Freegame on a good day could beat anybody in this league. So
Even me?
You're not in this. If we count the commentators, then I believe on a good day he could take off games for many of us, but I don't know. Regardless, I think Aerodat is here now.
Oh, are we ready to start? Oh, there's those cookies here.
Yeah.
Are all three of us commentating or what's going on?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah. Sure. I mean.
Right. Well, Chane is consuming a burrito right now, so he can chime in whenever. But yeah, I mean, if you've been around our Discord or our events, you've definitely seen these two players around. They're both pretty active and everything.
Please select your character.
I think these players have both improved a lot since I first seen them, so it's good to see them take some good steps. Freegame most notably for his top 8 Evo placing, which I know he loves to hear about.
That's right. If you look at Anime Evo East Coast, Freegame is in fact the top 8er. In fact, I commentated that.
It's true. Okay, here we go, the first match of the season. Unfortunately, this is the only set we have today, but I haven't commentated in a while, and I'm pretty excited.
Final, you do have it say grand final in the
It's always grand finals, baby.
It should be
Alright.
Grandmasters finals.
No.
You can just put first to 7 or something up there.
They're mid-level masters, that's what I used to do.
Sir, you are ruining the integrity of the stream. So yeah, Scrim, you're the resident Terumi player. We all play a little bit of Ragna, so how do you think this match goes? The classic opener question.
Terumi does have buttons that can contest Ragna at a certain distance. Like 5D is pretty good. JD, actually, Ragna doesn't really have too many options of Terumi just kind of jumping in and JDing. But in general, Terumi will definitely find himself outranged by Ragna. And without having a mirrorless reversal, he's just going to be kind of stuck here for a bit, as we can see right now.
Yeah, we've seen a couple interesting strings from Aerodat so far. He's done 2D Hellspangs, which is designed to catch jump outs, since a lot of people do dead spike after. But I didn't know this, but it looks like if you bury your 2D, you actually have a little bit of time to jump. Like, you won't be able to get out, but you won't get your jump started out of it.
Well, there's almost no reason to really bury your 2D unless you really don't want to take the chip damage. Because Ragna's rides do chip damage.
But as it stands, Freegame struggling at the sort of mid-range that I think Ragna really likes to be in. Of course, 5B and 5C, extremely powerful mid-range buttons.
It's true. And also, another thing I neglected to mention as well is Terumi's pressure is like almost 100% frame traps. Ooh, nice speed on DP. No. But because Terumi's pressure is mostly frame traps, he has to be very wary of Ragna's DP because Ragna can probably throw it out there, which you did see earlier as well.
And I know Freegame has had some trouble against people who mash DP against Terumi pressure, since it's mostly frame traps like you said, so. Ooh, a little bit too far for that.
That was a 5C anti-air. I was gonna say that's a very nice awareness on the 6A that was gonna counter hit there, but he wasn't quite in range for the full conversion.
Nice.
That was good corner awareness stuff. That only works because Ragna bounced off the corner. So as a Terumi player, knowing how close you are to the corner is a very important skill to have. DP?
Yeah.
It's a Terumi special. So,
If you've played against Terumi enough, you know that's coming.
yeah, so for all of you who don't know, in Overdrive, Terumi's distortions are distortion cancelable and EA counts as a distortion. So that's why you can do that on block.
Yeah.
Always be aware of that if you're ever fighting against Terumi yourself. Or if you're playing Terumi. It's funny.
I do see a little bit of rest from both you players. I know Freegame actually missed a couple combos and punishes, but oh no. Oh no, what is happening? First trigger does get the open up. That should clean it up. Oh!
It's
okay.
That was a bit of a scramble there at the end. I'm not really sure what was going on, but as you said, there's a bit of rust here and there. You know, we also saw the 6D fatal from Ragna. That's something you see very often.
Yeah, I mean, you can use it as like a throw bait, I think is what the most common fatal counter you get off of it, but you're right, you don't see it too often. It's actually, as far as I know, like not a really good starter. You just get like a long combo because it's a fatal, so.
Yeah, 6D isn't that great of a starter.
So 1-0 Aerodat. I do think this is a matchup that tests your... I feel like if you're rusty, it's not going to go too well because Terumi, of course, doesn't have the same range as Ragna does, except on his slower drive buttons. But I mean, I feel like you need to be pretty on point with your movement and punishes.
Yeah, I do think this is a matchup Terumi can play for sure, but he has to work harder than Ragna. Like, whether it just comes to being a neutral or even pressuring him, he has to put more thought into his pressure.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be gaps for Ragna to DP out of. So, if both players are, you know, of a similar skill level, then Terumi's always going to work harder, and that's always just going to put him at the deficit.
Yeah, and we've already seen several times Aerodat is mashed DP out of the pressure, so... when you play Terumi, do you have any specific strings you like doing to catch DPs?
Usually you do 5B and then 6B cancel. So when Terumi does a 6B, which is attack kind of slides forward and kicks you with both legs, that move is really plus, and that's how you reset his pressure. However, if you hold B when you put 6B, he just kind of does the dash and then does nothing. It cancels the move. So by doing that, you bait your opponent into trying to put DP. And they can't DP really fast because you did 5B first, so it's +2. So it usually gives you enough time to block the DP and then punish.
Okay.
Got the OD out.
Whoa. He did get out, but it stands pretty even, and he did have to burn OD on that. So.
Nice anti-air. Very, very slow on the follow-up, but that's alright. Still got the hit.
Yeah, I think it looks like he's going for the more optimal punish, but sometimes you gotta keep it simple and just hit that 2D, right? Whoa. That's actually a couple times now that Aerodat's gotten hit out of the air with 5C.
See, in that scenario where Freegame landed his 6C there. Oh, DP's a DP. He had 100 meters, so I think he should have just rapid and continued the combo, because otherwise you just could let meter go to waste at that point. Even if you are Terumi, you could just get more damage, get a better knockdown, and then just continue to get your meter back. So I think that was a bit of a misplay there.
Yeah. Aerodat pretty in command of the set so far, I think. No full punish there. Yes. Ready with the anti-air.
And this time we had the micro dash ready, so he gets the full conversion.
It's caught there. So one more hit will clean this out in a pretty fast round, but he does end up jumping out. Whoa. I didn't think I'd cross that, but...
Oh, we got the DP. This is a counter. You can combo off it. Does pop the combo though. That is pretty hard, admittedly. After that's a good way. Yeah, that's gonna be death. After Terumi lands a counter hit with his distortion, the reversal, you can always 6C. It's very hard to drop the 6C. and
Yeah.
it'll connect. But you can micro dash 5B, 5C, then 3C into your snake bite, which is better combo, better heat, more damage. But getting that micro dash after the DP is a lot more difficult, as we saw in Freegame to drop it.
Hmm. So
Please select
I
your
think
character.
we've seen 2 games now, and I think there are some adjustments that Freegame's going to have to do if he wants to pick up the pace and win the set. I think the main thing I'm seeing is he's really struggling when it comes to offense. Like Aerodat is getting out almost every single time, so he's gonna need to either tighten the pressure up or start baiting the DP or jump up a little bit more.
It's true. Also, doing something like 5B into 2B into 3C will also catch DPs
Yeah.
because he's going for those lows. And when you think for DP, you have to stand. So that's something to be aware of as well. But one thing I've noticed actually is Aerodat's gotten away with just using Blood Scythe, and against Terumi,
Yeah.
Blood Scythe should never actually work. Because even if you're a bit slow in reacting, as soon as you see it, you're like, oh, I can 6A here, and 6A just comes out ridiculously
Yeah.
fast and covers the angle of Blood Scythe perfectly.
Nice pickup. A little bit off on the spacing though.
That's a punish.
Nice crouching hit too. Okay.
Opts for the EA, keep the meter, get the active flow.
I like it. I think active flow on Terumi is really useful, so he might even get OD back this round depending on how it goes. But pretty big starter.
Wasn't quite ready for the DP. And now he's in the corner.
Yeah, this could actually kill.
Yeah, if he spends the OD, actually no, he doesn't have to spend the OD. He would just be dead.
Oh,
But
backdash.
Yeah, gets clipped by the Hellsfang there. And he did get his burst back, but he had to burn it, and then
Yeah.
he also logged, which is the worst case scenario they Freegame.
Yeah, Aerodat's been spacing pretty well. A lot of these neutral jumps are really working out for him. JC, of course, the very huge button Ragna has in the air.
And it also hits behind him too.
Yeah, really good button. Not blocking on wake up. This could clean him out after one more combo. Yeah, it should be it.
Low. That should be it for sure. 3C to distortion will kill. It doesn't even need the distortion.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alright.
I have noticed that Aerodat is very aware of the fact that barrier does explode Terumi, but
Yeah.
the trade-off for that though is that you do take an additional bit of block stun. So if you have your exactly, thank you CH final. So if you do have your micro dashes down, 5B into 5B into maybe one more 5B 2B, will pretty much always catch him trying to jump out.
Yeah.
So
Please select
That
your
is true.
character.
Alright, so far I would say Aerodat's got the plan down. It's more like I'm gonna keep using these options until you show me you can't deal with it, so it is on Freegame to sort of change up the strings and method of neutral he's going for. Of course, I don't think Terumi has a great neutral against Ragna in a situation like this, but it's definitely doable.
I definitely think Terumi loses neutral to Ragna for sure, but I don't think he's like, I'm gonna lose 100% of the time.
Yeah.
There's definitely things he can do, but I feel like Freegame right now is kind of foregoing neutral. He's just like jumping in, and he's like, either I'm gonna force you to block or you're gonna hit me, kind of deal.
He's probably
Really
playing
good
too much order
spacing.
soul.
I think it feels like he's playing a little bit panicked, but nice combo. Right?
It does drop it though. Nice smash out. I got a side swap, bro. 50-meter side swap. Take him back into the corner. DP. Oh, no DP.
Alright. Nice, I like it.
That's the stagger we need to see.
I also think that he could be going for more early mix-ups, because I don't think Aerodat's going to be mashing DP on the very first hits, but nice OD.
That should be dead.
Starter.
Oh, does the distortion input. That's the commentator's curse right there. But
Okay.
alright, this should clean up here.
100-meter pressure combo works out. Round on the board. He is down OD, but carrying the round is important, of course.
Yeah, and at 4 stacks, he can probably get his OD back this round.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much respect coming from
Well, Ragna's pressure is usually dependent on picking like holes that you think your opponent won't actually counter. Because I think even the best Ragna players will realize there's so many unsafe options that he has that have clear counters, but if you use them in the right way, then they can still be very potent.
It's just that in that scenario, there were 2 situations, like very clear situations, where Freegame could have just pushed 2A and it was his turn.
Yeah. But you know, hindsight's 20/20. Okay, sliver of life here.
Rapid, very nice. Continue the combo. He's close up to the corner to pick this up too.
Terumi could kill in another combo if he has the right starter.
No, you can kill him the next combo.
Oh,
for
he's
sure.
dead.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, I think he's still dead, even if he didn't OD. This is, actually, no, I lied. I'm a liar, don't listen to me. Oh, what?
You're lying.
Freegame. You just said the OD and then do it. Okay.
That'll clean up with an overhead.
Yeah, Freegame surviving with a very sliver amount of HP there. Very close. But he puts
That
himself
is-
on the board there.
One thing that Terumi has in this matchup, and in most matchups, if he has the resources, comeback potential is very real, right? Especially
That's
against Ragna, who has low HP.
And the execution isn't even that difficult. Like, actually, in order to do like Terumi's optimal damage combo, it's just 5C, 2-2C distortion. Or
Yeah.
5-2C OD distortion. So, in that scenario, it's just like, you're not going to probably drop this. I guess it's possible to drop, but it's 3 inputs, right?
Yeah. And right there, you know, obviously he didn't quite get the full kill, but that was still like 5C into a distortion that was like 4.5k or more. So,
Man, with Ragna having the lowest amount of HP in the game, or at least tied for it, that's every 1,000 damage is equivalent to 10% of his health. So, at 4,000 damage, that's 40% of his health.
I do think Aerodat's playing neutral pretty well though, so didn't do a crouch confirm, but still gets knocked down.
As long as we get that hard knockdown situations, that's always asked for.
Yeah, I think both of them have been using ODR pretty well so far. Nice anti-air. Full combo here. And Aerodat, well, he did have active blow, but this shouldn't matter here. Uh-oh.
That's the 5C punish. It's gonna. That's kind of late, isn't it? No, it's fine. All right. That's still 4K. Again, 4,000 of Ragna's health is like 40%. It's
Wow.
the purple throw.
I can't believe it was a purple still. But... Ooh, nice disrespect from Aerodat, forcing Freegame to burn.
Yeah, so like even if
Oh.
Aerodat loses this round, he'll still have an advantage next round because he'll have his burst available.
Oh,
If he gets a win,
Oh.
even better.
Yeah, even better. That's right.
Nightmare Edge coming in clutch even though Terumi is behind him.
And that's the scenario where Terumi's 5C doesn't have like a hitbox on all the way down. So you can sometimes hit the first hit, but not the second hit. So as a Terumi player, you have to be aware of that and jump cancel the first hit of 5C into an air combo if you think the second hit's gonna whiff. Which actually is the one thing I usually praise Freegame for. Because that's something as a Terumi player I'm not really aware of. I suck at that. But Freegame's usually on top of that. But this time he was not.
Optimal punish here too. Yeah, he got the micro dash that he really needed. That's gonna be a huge
That's a
chunk
lot
of
of damage. Oh, and
and
that,
rolling out of the corner will cost him the game. You know, you don't really see Ragna damage get too high, but I do know 5D first hit crush trigger is a very good way to milk a lot of damage out of the fatal. So
It's true, but I think as a starter, like 5D, despite being a fatal,
Yeah.
it falls into the same category as 6D, where it's a
isn't
fatal, but
5C the better version or better starter for?
yeah, I was gonna say 5C, 2C are what you do want to go for as Ragna. 5D, while it does have a fatal properties on it, it's not like optimal for damage. But I think even still, Ragna's best starter, from what I see, is usually 2-2C. But starting a combo with 2-2C is
That's
incredibly
hard.
difficult. Yeah.
That's like I can't really imagine a viable scenario to even get a 2-2C starter.
Yeah, I was gonna. Schema did comment on it. He did miss one thing, which was microdashing after the JD whiff. I think you could do 5B, 3C, 2-2C if you hit the microdash, but he didn't get it. But adjusted the combo anyway. Still 5.4k, a lot of damage. So
In this game, like a fatal counter doesn't necessarily correlate to big damage.
yeah,
So like I know, like for Jin, for example, 6D is his best starter, but it's not a fatal. It does way more damage compared to his 2-2C fatal starter.
yeah.
His DDP fully charged. So
I mean,
I do
something-
think Ragna overall has pretty high average damage,
definitely.
Yeah, for sure. A character like Susanoo, his 6B is a very strong fatal, which leads to a lot of damage, but actually his 5C leads to more damage. It's just not a fatal. So that's another example of that.
Alright, Aerodat getting started. Yeah, I think he didn't get a super jump, so he had to offer DP Ender.
And he already had a DDP in there, so it actually cut his damage a lot.
Missed the microdash. Oh. Interesting. Not gonna kill here because DP starter, but...
But next hit will kill.
You know, I will admit, 6C, RC into 2B or low is super tight. Like, you'll get caught
Like,
up.
You cannot DP. Like, but it's so tight that you actually can't DP even if you wanted to, is the thing. So it's not even a frame trap, which is... I guess if you want to continue pressure, that's fine. But I don't know if it's like a viable mix-up.
It catches jumps, though, doesn't it?
No, it depends. If you delay the 2B, it will. But if you
Okay.
do it just like immediately, there's like no time to do anything.
Okay.
That's why you see like a lot of players go for delayed pressure.
I like that Freegame's changing the pressure, and Aerodat was already ready with an adaptation, so good stuff there.
Oh,
no! And he was
But-
in recovery.
It's a very...
right? Still?
No, because the
No.
first few hits of his DP, he's in the air, and you can't EA in the air unless your name is Izanami.
No, but he landed on the ground.
Well, yeah, but he wouldn't be able to continue the combo. He could have EA'd, assuming Aerodat hit a button, which he did, so in hindsight it would have worked, but that's also risky because it could also been a punish. And Freegame didn't want to take that risk, it seems. But I mean, I guess in the end, you're going to be punished either way, but...
It's like your Tager holding the command grab logic, right?
It's true.
Might as well go for
You're-
it.
Yeah, if you're going to be punished either way.
Punish. Yeah,
Keep it simple. You can combo off that in OD, but if you just hit the A and win anyways, it's better just to not risk the drop.
Alright. Nice. Oh, unfortunate. Aerodat missed a JD in the air since JD mostly goes above a Ragna, and Freegame was a little slow on the punish. Gets punished for trying to punish the slow whip.
It's a lot of punishes going on.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, a little bit off, but I like the idea. Yep, those. Yeah, I guess to a newer player, like you'd be like, "You're spamming, bro," but those are Terumi's neutral tools. You can't really do much about it.
Like right there, that's actually what I like to see. That's how you should be playing neutral against
my-
Ragna. Nice
like
awareness.
it.
That does
Oh, I
beat
don't like
that spike. Is that move is full projectile invul.
Ooh, TRM there.
Yeah, so like I said, 5D and JD are Terumi's anti-Ragna tools because 5D does outrange 5B. It's slower though, but it does outrange it. So you don't do it on round start. And then JD, as long as you space yourself correctly, Ragna's 6A cannot beat it. He has to like run up to you to do it. So those are your two anti-Ragna tools, which as we saw right there, they worked, right?
That's
So
true.
that's what we need to see a little bit more of from Freegame. Also, on hit or block, since both JD and 5D are D moves, you get tons of meter, and
Yeah.
that's Terumi's win con.
It's free
So.
real estate.
Exactly.
Pretty realistic. But, you know, I think this set is going about what I thought, where I think Freegame definitely has shown, obviously with the 2 wins, that he can win, but it feels like it's an uphill battle for most of it. Aerodat, I think in general, just has to play his solid plan for the most part.
Yeah.
It's all about pulling out the consistency. Which it can be really hard, honestly.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Well, both of them are using the same color scheme, I see.
Ooh.
They've been using
And
the same color scheme the entire time.
Yeah, I just noticed that. But I was actually gonna say there, Terumi's 4D is actually very fast, and it is it's not extended hurt box. So on characters with longer pokes with extended hurt boxes, 4D will always beat them. Like 4D beats Susanoo's 5B on round start every time, and as we saw there, it also beats Ragna's 5C.
I was gonna say, I know 4D has some very niche uses as a counter poke because of that property. But nice tech and immediately ready to convert. This should be death.
Spending OD for the kill, and the Ragna perfect as well.
Yeah.
The fake perfect, but Ragna heals himself.
Rebel 2.
You know, I'm always a big believer if you can kill, I think you always should, because you never know what's gonna happen in Blaze Blue.
It's a punish.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
never mind. He just had to 2B there, but I guess he wanted the grab.
Although I definitely agree with caution on that one, where like if you can't kill, go for it, because in this game momentum shifts is so drastic, and it's kind of hard to get your turn back, so you don't want to risk it.
Yeah. I mean, there are plenty of times where you're like, oh, I just need one more hit. And
Yeah.
then,
And, like you never get that hit and you lose.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
damn it.
we've seen it in the set.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think he might have wanted ODR there, but a little bit slow, unfortunately. Interesting mix-up.
Nice.
Nice.
Up the corner as well. Nice corner awareness. DP? No DP. Aerodat's actually been a little calmer on those DPs than I'd expect. He had the 50 meter and everything, so there's no reason to not do it. But I guess he'll hold on to it.
Oh,
Gets
doesn't
grabbed
need it.
out of the JD.
very nice. 5-2. Yeah, I would say,
Please select your
despite
character.
supposedly being rusty, I think Aerodat is playing pretty well, I would say. Obviously, nobody's playing perfect, but I don't see any like huge gaps in his gameplay that need to be patched up or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean it's true. From Aerodat, we've seen very solid play. If anything, some mistakes we've seen have just been from the errors in decision making, at least. But
Yeah.
his combos are pretty on point. Pressure's all right. Everything just seems to be going fairly solid for Aerodat.
1. Action.
I guess if I think about it, Terumi in general is a pretty volatile character. Alright, he's being a little bit more careful with the pressure. But
That was a punish, but it looks like Aerodat wanted to jump instead. That's
That should
a
be a
punish. Yeah, for sure. But I think he could only EA there if he wanted to punish, because 5D is really
Yeah.
coming down.
definitely. That's something I see people do is like, if you hit the first part of Hellsfang, you only get the second part in a knockdown. So some people just opt to try and continue their pressure right after. And of course, Terumi can cover rolls with what's that? It's 236D, the one
Yeah.
where he like moves along the ground.
Snake bite.
Yes. It's pretty good roll catch, and it gives Terumi a lot of meter, so.
And Snakebite on whip is really good. Like Terumi can always move instantly. In fact, it's part of his V and V.
Yeah.
Because you have to whip the move.
Alright, neutral goes over the dead spike. Can he kill him?
No.
No.
Not without another 50 meter.
Oh.
Oh, that was a DP from Aerodat, I'm sure. Yeah, there's no way you'd want a 6C there for no reason.
Oh, guard cancel punish.
I'm surprised Freegame waited for the second hit because Aerodat can actually cancel the second hit. So, for those of you who don't know, if you do Carnisses and you hold D,
Oh my god.
this blue air grabs everybody. But yeah, if you hold D with Carnage Scissors, you actually cancel the second hit. So Aerodat could have made that safe if Freegame was gonna wait for the second hit. But it's alright, it worked out.
Catch in the air, nice grab tech, but air dashes right into an anti-air.
Freegame really needs to change his aerial approaches.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a real problem for some Terumi players is because your neutral kills are 5D and JD. It's
Yeah.
a very like linear game plan with your neutral, so sometimes you get stuck in habits like that.
Yeah.
Nice pickup though. And the roll catch, that actually adds a lot of damage. Wake up overhead.
This should be. Oh wait, he's dropping.
what?
He's dropping.
Okay.
Ragna is one of the characters who can actually DP in the air. So I don't see why Aerodat did not go for the air DP there, but
Yeah, that's actually one thing.
Yeah.
So Aerodat's defensive habits too. He seems to play it more safe, and doesn't want to risk trying to get out of pressure using a
Please select
DP.
your character.
Instead, it looks like he'll just opt to jump out instead, but that's kind of risky against Terumi.
The blood edge.
I think it depends.
Oh no,
Obviously, there are
Terumi
things
is
that
great at
they're-
catching jump outs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there are things that you can jump out of from Terumi, like his overhead or 2D, but
Yeah.
in general, there's a lot of holes in terms of being able to DP up, but you can't expect a player to like DP out of every single hole, right?
Oh no, no.
Wheel of fate is
But make him wary. Make him
Yeah.
afraid.
I feel like he was doing that a lot in the earlier part.
Yeah. They just stopped doing it all of a sudden.
Ouch. 6B a little bit too far, and then he gets punished for it.
Oh,
That's
60.
a pretty. Oh, a little
Wow.
too high.
Yeah, he's not having it. Immediate burst.
Yeah, I think as the set goes on, I think Aerodat is playing a little bit looser, and
A lot more aggressive.
yeah, I mean it worked out for him that game, but or that round, but he did have to spend first.
Rebel 2. Action.
Well, I mean, that comes
He
with
didn't
the.
have-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have.
Yeah. That just comes with the aggressive sort of play style, right? It's like you always want to keep your turn, want to keep that momentum going, so. Immediate bursts are very frequent.
Ouch! Not blocking a wake up. We saw what happened to people who don't block on wake up.
Yes, we did.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, I like it. Freegame taking advantage of Terumi's special overhead that he can cancel.
Oh, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Rebel 3. Action.
Air blood side counter. Alright. That's
Going-
interesting. You can do 5B, 5C, right? And then JC, JD, JC, JD for more damage.
Yes.
Oh.
That's a punish. That's a 5C start. What's the combo?
Oh.
It's
Oh.
this shot, he's being
goes.
cheeky.
That's a
I
cheeky
like it.
reset.
Look at this
That
damage.
can even it up.
Alright, well.
He's dead now, so like.
Yeah, but
Astral! Ah.
I like it. You know, he didn't win, but he got the.
if he respected Ragna a little more, he definitely could have just turned that around completely with the
Definitely.
6K combo.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
That's. I mean, it is a gimmick, right? But
Yeah.
the payoff for it is huge. So I don't blame him for trying something, and it did actually work. So
Yeah.
interesting little reset.
Cheeky. That's what it is.
Yeah. If you guys don't know that that super and OD is unblockable. It also does like 10 million damage, as you saw, but the
6k,
price
especially
is
against Ragna.
100 heat.
Yeah, it is unblockable, of course, in OD. Fully unblockable, which is why I hit Aerodat in the first place. In non-OD, it guard breaks, but you can barrier it. But actually, I learned something, because whenever I do that move, and they know it's coming, people just jump over it, which is fine, right? But if you have if you're ready to barrier it, I learned that if you barrier like the non-OD version, he actually pulls you into him, and you can grab. And it's just some really
Wait,
weird
really?
reset.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, that's strange.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's hella whack.
Oh, a little bit off on the spacing.
Punish?
Oh,
Yeah.
punish!
I think that would have been the time to 6C.
Yeah. Yeah, 5C is usually the stronger. Oh my god.
DPs.
We're getting fast and loose.
Punish in the no tech as well.
Yeah, that's a pretty significant punish, too. 3.4, and he got like 50 heat from that.
6A? Nice. That should be death.
Assuming no drops. Oh. Cleans it up. This is match point for Aerodat, so if we can keep it cool, calm, and collected for another match, that'll be the victory.
No, you did mention earlier that Aerodat's been a little more aggro lately, which is
Yeah.
leading to more mistakes for sure. Oh, that 5B is so active.
Ouch.
8 whole frames of active. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I mean, you know, Ragna's 5B is always memed on as the Jesus kick, and it's the God button.
It is
But
a god
in
button.
some ways, it is not a meme. So.
Yeah, it's like a legit god button. Nice
Oh,
DP.
nice. No counter hit though, but does get him out. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Dang, these guys are disrespecting each other now. It's like, I'm gonna predict you're gonna jump here.
Oh.
No, you.
Decides to spend the meter for some damage.
Carnage?
Not gonna kill.
Yeah, it's not gonna kill. That's 100 meter there.
Uh,
Ragnar can't punish that.
Yeah, it's a 60 starter.
He can kill off this, yeah. So he forces a burst off Aerodat here.
oh my god!
Ah, but he
No!
drops it.
There was so much panic. There was so much panic here.
Oh my god! Can we just talk about how he just he ran up and grabbed Hellsfang startup?
And not only that, like, he was panicking because he canceled the first hit of Terumi's grab into OD. Because
Yeah.
both hits are cancelable, but he didn't even let the full damage go off. He was just mashing burst.
Jesus.
Children, calm down.
I don't know what goes on in somebody's mind to run up and grab there, but it worked, so I can't blame him.
No, I'm just as confused as you are. No one in their right mind would have done that. But I think both of these players are out of mind to just disrespect each other as much as they can. But
I think, yeah, we're definitely seeing, like, this is way different from the beginning.
yeah.
So, this is probably what Freegame wants and needs if he wants to come back from this.
Right.
But Aerodat only has to close that one. So. Oh. Interesting. That is a punish from Aerodat.
The Aerodat even has those short OD timer OD combos, which is good. Lands him the EA as well, so that gives him the active flow.
Yep. Always
They're
nice
actually
having
both
extra damage.
OD back.
Oh.
No tech. Not gonna kill, but not looking too hot for the low tier hero.
Then that play unblockable coming in clutch again. We are
Sure.
at set point for Aerodat.
Set point. he is gonna get OD back.
Who's gonna block that too?
Yeah.
Oh, catches the
no.
roll.
I think Freegame's roles have been pretty questionable in situations like that. We've seen a couple.
What?
Oh no! I don't even know what he wanted there.
Maybe he wanted J2D. I know.
AQD?
Most, like 90% of the time you see Terumi 2D, he wanted J2D.
That's not the right time to OD. And
Oh,
that will be it.
Yeah, that's gonna be it there.
That wasn't a double perfect, was it? I wasn't paying attention to the first one. Was it a double perfect? Oh my
I
god.
think so, yeah.
Double perfect to seal the set. Wow. That is actually.
Closing it out.
Yeah.
7-4 for Aerodat. Congratulations.
And when you disrespect your opponent and you're just going in with that mindset, that's a very distinct possibility that something like that could happen for sure.
Yeah, yeah.